with Bill Hutchins and Shauna Cunningham.
It's a fight a Smiths Falls father has been battling since 2009, the right to call his son a Canadian.
Paul Compton is a Canadian citizen who finds himself in an unusual predicament. One of his sons is a Canadian citizen, and the other is not. Newswatch's John Semple explains.
Strongly disagree with the minister when he says that citizenship is a privilege. It's a right. It's a right that families should be together.
Both of Paul Compton's boys were born in Peru, where while overseas working, he met and married his wife. But because of changes that took effect the year 5-year-old Mateo was born, he was not automatically eligible for Canadian citizenship like his 8-year-old brother Stefano. And it all boils down to one technicality. Compton was born to a Canadian father in Scotland before moving to Canada at 18 weeks old.
If my parents hadn't registered me as a Canadian born abroad and instead brought me in as a naturalized Canadian, if they didn't do the paperwork, then I would have been able to pass on citizenship. Which is exceptionally unfair because really we followed the law, and by doing so, they're punishing us.
The family left Peru and came to Canada 14 months ago. Mateo and his mother have visas that restrict their travel and don't allow them OHIP coverage.
If I was a foreign worker coming to Canada with the right to work in Canada, my family would have OHIP coverage after 3 months. But instead, I'm a Canadian citizen who has the right to work in Canada, and my family won't receive things such as OHIP coverage for 20 months.
Compton has reached out to a number of MPs, written letters to the Canadian Human Rights Commission and to the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration. When contacted by CKWS, Canadian Citizenship and Immigration released a statement saying Canadian parents who live in Canada may apply to sponsor their children under the family class to come to Canada as permanent residents. In Compton's case, the sponsorship process has started and is well within normal processing times. To protect the value of Canadian citizenship, the 2009 law limited citizenship by descent to one generation born outside Canada.
I will fight this until my dying day, that this little boy get granted Canadian citizenship, not be given it through permanent residency and then applying for citizenship. He lost his birthright without my knowledge, and that is not right.
Compton says he has been in touch with an immigration lawyer who is familiar with the Supreme Court of Canada. He says that if he's unable to make any leeway with his citizenship request, he'll be heading to the court. John Semple, CKWS Newswatch, Smiths Falls.